Hi, I'm Tracy Heatley and welcome to the Better Marketing Podcast, bringing you marketing magic in minutes. Today's episode is particularly important to me. It's one that I'm deeply passionate about because we're diving into the ethics of using AI in marketing. With so many incredible opportunities that AI brings, it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of it all. But as I always say when I'm training my clients or working with my marketing teams, just because we can doesn't mean that we should. In this episode, we'll explore how to use AI responsibly, protect your customers' trust, and stay within the ethical and legal boundaries so you can build a business that's not just smart, but it's sustainable. So let's get cracking. First of all, I want to talk to you about why ethical AI use matters. The power of AI is remarkable. It's transforming how we market, how we communicate, and how we serve our customers. But with great power comes great responsibility. Using AI ethically is about making sure that we respect privacy, we avoid bias, we stay transparent, and maintain that human connection. It is just about the legal considerations. It's a reputational one too. In today's world, trust is everything, and we need to maintain that trust. We need to uphold the trust that our customers have in our brand, in our businesses, and in us. Transparency in marketing is really important, whether you're using AI to write content, create imagery, or respond to customers. It's important to be honest about it. If you're using a chatbot on your website, for example, make it clear that someone is talking to AI. Maybe give them the option. I think I've mentioned this in an earlier podcast episode that I don't see any harm in maybe starting with AI on chatbots or giving them the option. If the AI can't help them, they will have the option to speak to a human either there and then or the following day if perhaps it's an out of hours chatbot that you're using. Even if an article's been generated with the help of AI, I don't see any point in hiding it. If you think back and remember a time, I don't know why this analogy springs to mind, but, when things like Botox and fillers and aesthetics became a thing, at one time, that was just something for the wealthy, the famous, and the quite elite. These days, it's commonplace for people to use aesthetics, but, when you can tell that somebody's used it and then they say they haven't, it's a bit like that, I think. I don't know why that analogy came to mind, but it did, and it's out there now. So, do you know what I mean? I don't see any harm in being honest about it. Customers appreciate transparency. It builds trust, and it shows you the value and honesty and the integrity that you have. Now, I mentioned about avoiding bias, and it's also important to be checking the accuracy when it comes to AI. AI tools are trained on huge data sets, and those data sets often include biases. That means that your outputs might unintentionally reflect stereotypes or misinformation. So when I'm training my clients or I'm working with marketing teams on either AI strategy or training them how to use AI for the marketing, I always encourage reviewing every step of the way. Every single AI-generated piece of content needs to be reviewed carefully. So ask yourself, does it reflect my brand values? Is the language inclusive and respectful? I think also, is that language the kind of language that you and your business would ordinarily use? Does it sound like your tone of voice? Are the facts in there accurate? AI is brilliant, but it still needs that human oversight. Then there's the data privacy and confidentiality. This one is vital when it comes to AI marketing. AI tools aren't the place to be putting private and confidential client information, for example. Even if you're just drafting a message or you're working on a case study, make sure that names and sensitive details are redacted from any of your prompts. It might sound obvious, but I've seen examples where businesses have unknowingly breached data protection rules just by using AI carelessly. Don't do it. Be careful and be mindful of what you're putting in, the information that you enter, and also check your privacy settings. When I'm training my clients, one of the first things that we look at is the privacy settings, do's and don'ts, and what to do. So think about that as well. You don't need to go into the functionality side of things, but you should know that many platforms give you options to disable learning from your prompts and things like that. And you can control some things that are stored in the memory and things. So just be mindful of that. It's worth using those settings if you're handling anything remotely sensitive, which, let's face it, a lot of data, particularly if it's referring to names and things like that. By its nature, it's sensitive. So let's you and I now look at your responsibility as a business owner. Whether you're running a small business or you're heading up a marketing team, it's your responsibility to use AI ethically. AI should support your decision making, not replace it. And it should enhance your brand, not compromise it. Make sure that you stay aware of laws and regulations in your region, including GDPR here in the UK, the California Consumer Privacy Act, which is known as the CCPA, along with its expansion is the California Privacy Act, known as the CPRA. And whilst GDPR is stricter overall to some other regulations, the CCPA and the CPRA sets you a strong precedent for US-based businesses. And small businesses anywhere that serve California residents need to comply. I think this is a really important point because it's not just about focusing on regulations where you're based. Often you need to be looking at where your clients are, where your customers are, where you're doing business, and make sure that you're complying with any regulations within those areas if that's necessary to do so for your business. So it is definitely worth checking that. And I believe that other states like Colorado, Utah, I think, Connecticut, Virginia, I think they're also looking at privacy laws at the moment, if that's not already been passed through. I remember reading something a while back that they were focusing on that. And there might even be a federal law coming out in the US as well. So make sure that you check it is the point. And if those rules apply to you where you're based or where your customers are based, check it out and make sure that you're complying with that. Next, I want to focus on ethical content creation. When using AI for content creation, do not cut corners ever. AI can help you get your first draft, generate the ideas, but always review it, refine it, and make it your own. Or you write it and then get AI to check it for you. That's only very similar to getting somebody to proofread it and edit it for you. And if you've not already read it, my blog post on how to be a prompt engineer will help you craft better AI prompts. And that actually reflects your brand voice much better than perhaps it will do without those specific prompts that I've outlined in that blog for you. Another thing that I do when I'm training my clients is I give them a massive long list of prompts that I've tried and tested and I know work. So get those prompts down to a fine art because that will make a big difference with your content creation. And if you're using AI regularly in your business, it's important that you train your AI. Again, I put another blog together about this recently. I think off the top of my head, it's called The Importance of Training Your AI because that just about sums it up. And I'll share this analogy with you now. You know, when you're on an aeroplane and the mask comes down and they show you how to do it, when they're showing you how to do that, they say put your mask on first before anybody else's. And I think that's what's important with AI. You need to put your mask on first. You need to train yourself first in how to train your AI. So if you're a business owner, make sure that you're aware of that. Even if you've got a team that are carrying out the marketing duties for you, get that on point first. You need an AI strategy, of course you do, but you need to train your AI to work for you and make it aware that these ethical considerations are really important to you as part of that. Both blogs are available on my website, which is tracyheatley.com. It'll just give you a stronger foundation. So go and have a little read of them if you want some more information about using these AI tools right away, really. A quick recap. I'm going to give you an ethical AI checklist based on what we've been talking about today, what we've been going through together. Number 1, be transparent when AI is involved. Double check bias and accuracy every time. Never get complacent with that. I can't stress that enough. Never input private and sensitive information. Make sure it's checked thoroughly. I know I keep labouring this point, but I've heard of instances recently that have made my hair stand on end nearly with the severity of it. So just make sure that you never input in sensitive information. Review AI generated content always, and then stay legal. Make sure you're staying within the regulations and frameworks for your region and, importantly, your clients' and customers' region. And keep that human touch at heart in everything you do. You know, AI gives you incredible tools, but it is just that. It's just a tool. You're still the driver. Your ethics, your voice, your values must remain front and centre every time. I hope you found this useful. If you'd like help creating an AI strategy that keeps you on the right track, you can book a 3-hour online AI strategy session with me, or book a free discovery call if you're not quite sure what's right for you. I've got a number of consultancy, mentoring and training services, so by all means book a free discovery call on my website. And don't forget, you can download my free guide, which is called The Business Owner's Roadmap to a Better Strategy. When you do that, use the code POD2025 on the website, and that means you'll be entered into my monthly draw to win a free power hour with me, potentially. Now, thanks again for tuning in to Better Marketing Magic in Minutes. Next time, I'll be taking a step back from AI to explore how to bring together traditional and marketing strategies. So stay tuned for that, because it's really good to have a little sprinkle of everything. Until then, I'm Tracy Heatley, and thank you for tuning in to this episode. Remember, better marketing, better business.